smiling, and you wonder, like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? And this next storyteller is always smiling, and he's got this personality that just brings everybody together, and you want to know why, because he knows the joke. Please welcome Alex Posey.
Last time I drank alcohol was September 7th, 2019. And that is because at about 6 o'clock that night, I woke up from a dream. I was confused by the steering wheel in my bed. Fuck! I'm supposed to be driving home from Massachusetts. I've been watching my daughter play ultimate frisbee all day, walking around in the blazing sunshine, drinking my favorite 13% Allagash beers. I do not remember pulling over at the rest area. Oh, I'm not at a rest area. I'm at a traffic intersection in a red light. Crowd of people standing around my car looking in the windows. Holy shit. I'm about to go to jail. This is it. Whoa. Right then I hear someone say, "Has he been drinking?" Good question. Guy standing right beside my window looks over, sees the mostly empty six-pack of 13% Allagash beers sitting on the seat. Yeah, he's been drinking. Grab his keys! And as he reaches his hand through the window and across my steering wheel, I have a fraction of a second to make one of the biggest decisions I have ever made in my life. And I really don't want to go to jail, so I'm going to do it. And I grab his arm and I push it back out the window, start rolling it up, throw the car into gear, take off. And my plan that I just made up is to get as far away from this intersection and these people as I can, try to go park my car somewhere on a side street before the cops come, and if they don't see me behind the wheel, I might not go to jail right now. And to my amazement, I immediately see a street on the right. It's exactly what I wanted, and I take the right, and there's a car in front of me. I'm like, oh, this is awkward, but time is of the essence here. I gotta pass this guy. So I go to pass him on this neighborhood street, and he pulls out and blocks me. I'm like, you kidding me? He must have seen what was happening at the intersection, and being a good Samaritan, he's gonna slow me down, try to wait till the cops come so they can take me to jail. Holy shit. This is getting so much worse before it gets better. But I have to do it. So I go to pass him again, and he goes to block me again. He takes my fake. I crank the wheel to the right, drive up on the sidewalk and the lawn on the side of the street, back on the street, pass him on the right, and floor it. I look in my rearview mirror. He not only comes after me, he lays on the horn. I look down at my speedometer, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. I'm going down a neighborhood street. And it hits me. I'm in a drunken, high-speed car chase right now. This is actually happening. Just as I have that lovely thought, I hear the sirens all around me. I don't see any blues, but I hear them, and I know who they're coming for. And those sirens gave me a brief moment of clarity, and I realized, as bad as this OUI could mess up my life, it could be a whole lot worse. This could be drunken manslaughter. Don't be stupid. Keep your cool. I'm getting near the end of the street, and I realize I have to take a left. Slow down enough to safely take the left, but I still gotta lose this guy. I make the turn, I floor it again, I juke around a couple more streets, and I actually lose him. I pull over to the side of the road, jump out of my car, my heart's just pounding. I'm walking down the road, I'm like, oh my God, oh, this is crazy. I'm not going to jail. I'm gonna walk downtown, go to a bar, get a drink, settle my nerves, go home and pretend this never happened. That's what alcoholics do. I get a few steps down the street, I get around the corner, 2 cop cars come up from both directions, pull up and pin me on the sidewalk, and 4 guys jump out. Stay cool. Right then I realize I gotta remember the 2 important rules right now. Don't give them any information that they can hang you with, and try not to lie, because they'll catch me lying. So he asked me, where are you going? This way? Deadpan. Where are you coming from? Back there? It's all true. Just then, a 3rd car pulls up. And I cave. I say to him, I give up, you got me. And just as those words come out of my mouth, I hear my friend Adam Steinman, the lawyer, sitting on my shoulder. What are you doing? You didn't do anything. And he says, what did you say? Nothing. He said, no, you just said, I give up, you got me. What did you do? Never mind. Stand there in awkward silence for a minute. And then the other one says, you're the guy that was passed out behind the wheel in that intersection a minute ago, weren't you? Can't lie, I gotta get through this. Yeah, that was me. How much have you had to drink today? This time I lie. Nothing. He's like, I can literally smell it on you. You're passed out behind the wheel. How much have you had to drink today? Nothing. I can smell it on your breath. You reek. How much have you had to drink? I said, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't had anything to drink. I'm not going to say I have. Yeah? If you haven't had anything to drink, why did you pass out behind the wheel in broad daylight? Fair question. So I tell him the truth. I said, I'm being treated for sleep apnea right now because I'm an overweight alcoholic and I snore all night and I don't sleep for shit. I said, I have sleep apnea. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, drove to Massachusetts, walked around in the blazing sunshine, and I'm exhausted. And driving home, I fell asleep in the middle of this intersection. This has never happened to me before. It's crazy. He's looking at me like, yeah. So, if you haven't been drinking, why did you take off and there's a concerned group of people standing around your car? Definitely a fair question. I said, this is going to sound crazy, guys. Have you ever heard of lucid dreaming? They look at me blankly, like most people do when I ask that question. But this is true. And I said, I'm a lucid dreamer. This has been happening to me since I was a child. And when you have a lucid dream, you become fully aware in your dreams that you're dreaming. And you can do anything. You can control the action. I can fly. I can do anything. It's amazing when it happens. And I said, I had this dream that I was in my car. I didn't even know where I was. There was a bunch of random strangers standing around my car. I was like, holy shit, this is a dream. I'm going to go for a joyride. So I took off out of that intersection, went driving like 80 miles an hour. I drove up on this lady's lawn. I was going all crazy. And then all of a sudden I was like, whoa, this isn't a dream. Jesus, I pulled over, got out of the car, and again, now I'm standing here talking to you guys. That's why I'm all shaking still. And they're just looking at me like, you lying sack of shit. But it all checked out. And I kept my cool. Being the good public servants they are, they decided they need to get me off the road. And they tried every trick they could think of. They made me take not one, but 2 roadside DUI tests. I passed them both. They then said, we're really worried about you. We'd like to take you to the hospital. So you can draw my blood and then take me to jail? No thanks. I can't go to the hospital right now. They said, can somebody come pick you up? I don't know where I am, but I just say, no, there's nobody that can come pick me up. And then they say, do you have a credit card? Oh my God, keep it cool. I'm not going to jail. Holy shit. There's a couple of hotels nearby. What if we give you a ride to the hotel? You go spend the night, get all rested up, drive home in the morning. Sounds great, guys. Yeah, I'm in. Thank you. So I hop in the back of the car, ask him to take me to the Best Western. As we start driving, the guy in the passenger seat that's been trying to tell me how much I've been drinking all night turns around. He's like, so now that everything's cool, we're just going to the hotel, everything's fine here. Seriously, how much have you had to drink today? So that we can turn around and take you to jail instead of the hotel of your choice. No, I told you I've had nothing to drink today. He turns around, shrugs his shoulders, and we start driving. And within about 10 seconds, I'm just sitting there like, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened. I have a lot of batshit crazy stories. This tops them all. And then I realized, I don't know what state I'm in right now. I could have killed myself. I could have killed a busload of children. Doesn't matter how great this story is. This has to be a foundational, life-changing moment, no matter what. And the reason this happened is because I'm an alcoholic. No question about that. And if I want to have any moral standing, if I want to bitch at all the stupid people in the world that make terrible decisions, if I want to look my wife and children in the eye and be a moral human being, I can never drink alcohol again. And I decided right then in the back of that cop car that I forfeited my right to society to ever drink again. So that's why September 7th, 2019 was the last time I'll ever drink. Thank you.